Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you shouted for joy yet? Let us shout for joy, for there are many precious brothers and sisters around us who call on the Lord with a pure heart. There are many brothers and sisters who love the Lord with us. They became our blessings and our help. Do you have them with you? If you have, let us give thanks and shout for joy to the Lord. Yay! It's so precious. Many a time it is their hearts of pursuing and their love to the Lord have affected us. They may not teach us how to draw near the Lord or how to pursue the Lord by words, but from their deeds, how they spend their time to pursue the Lord, how to devote themselves to serve their brothers and sisters, how they eager to pray for brothers and sisters. What they have done affects us deeply. Have you realized these brothers and sisters may not believe in the Lord for a long time, but what they have demonstrated all their life, their hearts towards God have been a great help to us. Hence, though he or she may be a young believer in the Lord, how he loves the Lord can make us very zealous. It's true, in the second letter from Timothy teaches us, pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace along with those who call on the name from a pure heart. That's right, we have to keep ourselves holy. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use. I will grateful for the Lord who came from heaven to earth to deliver us from sins. And now we become holy, we the one who is free from sin. It is worthy for us to shout for joy. But the Bible teaches us to cleanse ourselves. That means to keep ourselves clean. We shall stay away from the world, from sin and temptation, for these make us unclean. Or to indulge themselves in sin, to keep ourselves holy. The most important is to come before God, whom is holy. For he who equip me with strength and make my way blameless, he keeps us to love him with a pure heart. Hence, we have to draw near him. God makes us to be holy and blameless, for he is holy. We can be the closest and the nearest with him. And that's not all. When we are holy, then we're useful to the master of the house and ready for the work that God needs us to do, to accomplish his will. Shall we sing a hymn together? It's an old hymn in God's Family Hymnal, the first, Song 188. Consecrate and be holy. I hope we always keep our hearts holy in this whoredom and crooked generation, to be close with God. Shall we sing the first and the second stanzas? There's no English version, so we'll read the verses slowly. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself, anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful to the master of the house, ready for every good work. So free youthful passions, free youthful passions, pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the name from a pure heart. Pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. The lyrics from the hymn are quoted from the Bible in the second letter from Timothy, chapter 2, verse 21 to 22. I was encouraged by the second stanzas. It mentioned we have to flee from the youthful passions. In fact, when we keep ourselves holy and not to be shaken by the world or attacked by the temptation, there is a solution, and that is to flee away. The Bible teaches us to flee from the temptation. If you know it is dangerous there, then we shall not hang around. Though this is a passive solution, however, it's very effective. Of course, we flee from the temptation by the Lord, and the Bible has taught us we shall pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart, to pursue the good things, to go after faith and love. Hence, we shall stay with the brothers and sisters who love the Lord, and that's very important, especially with those who call on the Lord with a pure heart. The heart is completely pure, and call on the Lord means to pray to the Lord or those who come before God. Therefore, we have to give thanks. We have those brothers and sisters to be with us, and we shall spend more time to be with them, to draw near the Lord with them, to pray, to share and join the meeting together, or even we shall hang out together. You will realize you're so blessed. Have you noticed, when you're with brothers and sisters, the temptations and tricks from the devil seldom happened, for there is the presence of God among the brothers and sisters. Your heart is well kept when you're with brothers and sisters. I'd like to encourage you to be with brothers and sisters more. The lesser you see and get along with the brothers and sisters, the greater loss is for your spirits. You are easily knocked down by the devil when you are alone. Remember, Eve was a good example. Shall we sing this hymn again? I hope we treasure more to draw near the Lord, to enjoy and pursue God together with brothers and sisters. Shall we worship together after singing? Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself, anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful to the master of the house, ready for every good work. So free youthful passions, free youthful passions. Pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the name from a pure heart. Pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. Lord, thank you that you have saved us and transformed us into the new creation. Now we are holy and spotless. Your will is we to be the closest and the nearest with you, without any obstacles. Lord, you even took away all the shadows, so that we can draw near you with full confidence. You have great need of us, so that we can manifest your holiness, beauty, and loving kindness. O Lord, if you teach us how to keep our mind, to stay away from the temptation, what's more important that we treasure to pursue with brothers and sisters? I have to give thanks again. There are many who love you, who call on you with a pure heart. You have put many who have a pure heart with you. Help us not to fall into the trap of the enemies. Let us to have an eager heart to be with brothers and sisters, to have the fellowship together, to draw near you together. Let us to be in an invincible position. May you help every one of us to have a close relationship with you, and let us to experience the church deeply in the coming days. May you bless us. Brothers and sisters, I hope you have some personal time as well. You can pray and draw near God. You can stop the recording first, and after you're done, then we will continue with the Bible reading. May the Lord bless you. So we will read in the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 1 to 6. Shall we read the verses first? Now, Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the woman of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her, he seized her and lay with her and humiliated her. And his soul was drawn to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. He loved the young woman and spoke tenderly to her. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, Get me this girl for my wife. Now Jacob heard that he had defiled his daughter Dinah, but his sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. This is a big reminder to myself when I read this chapter. As you can see, the sins of man are so serious. It could affect the whole family, the whole city. If man doesn't put his trust in God, his ending is going to be miserable. This chapter mentioned when Jacob went to Shechem and he stopped. I agree with the majority that Jacob shouldn't stay in Shechem. He should keep going and at least go back to Bethel, where Jacob had made a vow. There he worshipped God and set up for a pillar, offered his sacrifice, and gave God a full tenth to him. We didn't know how long Jacob had stayed in Shechem, but we can see from the Bible the place Shechem was so evil. The name Shechem was born from a rich family. His father was Hamor, who was a powerful person in charge of that place. He saw Dinah. He seized her and lay with her and humiliated her. He was so despicable. As you can see, he was like a bully. He could seize someone and lay with her as desired, as he was the owner of this city. So you could see this city might be so corrupt, so promiscuous. But there were not much information written how Shechem met Dinah and humiliated her. All we knew was mentioned in verse 1. Dinah went out to see the woman of the land. That means she went out to see the girls in Shechem. But why she need to see them? The Bible didn't say, and why Shechem saw her instead. Did Shechem hang around with the girls? But I found it sounds like the generation nowadays. The relationship of boys and girls are so casual. It is so easy to commit sexual immorality. Thus, it is sins against God. The Bible especially mentions it is a serious crime for sexual immorality. In the first letter to Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 3 mentioned, For this is the word of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality. The consequences of sexual immorality is so serious. From the book of Genesis, you can see Sodom and Gomorrah. It has shown to us that the sexual immorality brought forth death, and even the whole city was destroyed. God hates the sexual immorality very much, for this is the disrespect of yourself and others. This is not love at all, but it is the engagement of lawless activities. It is the complete opposite with the Holy God, for it is a great sin and impurity. After Shechem humiliated Dinah, he told his father Hymnal that he wanted to get Dinah as his wife, and his father went to Jacob and talked about this matter. As you read further, then you will notice his father didn't blame Shechem for the whole matter. He didn't even apologize. Instead, you could see the wrong over the weak. For Jacob lived as the temporary resident, and the numbers were little. He wanted Dinah and built a family. But it was not the will of God to build a family with the Gentile. On the other hand, how could they become one family? What they meant was to swallow up Jacob's household. What they proposed made Jacob's sons refuse to comply, especially the brothers of Dinah, whom their mothers were Leah, Simeon, and Levi. They burst in anger. Then they took a revenge in a deceitful way. They accepted the request of Shechem and his father deceitfully. If Shechem and all the males circumcised, then he could marry Dinah, for their sisters couldn't marry a foreigner, and it wasn't acceptable by God. But if they were willing to circumcise, then Shechem and all the males were not considered as foreigners. They had gone too far, for circumcision didn't mean this way at all. Their anger and how they wanted revenge even twist the meaning of the covenants of God to them. They took advantage of others' difficulties. While they were still in pain because of their wounds, on the third day they went to kill them and took their possessions. They were the most despicable. Truly, God hates this bitterly. I believe God is just. He will judge and punish those who commit wrong. And it is the matter of time, for God holds all the authority. But this chapter is a good reminder to us. We easily tempt and test by this corruptible world. We will be affected greatly by the consequences of sins. Of course, we shall overcome the temptation by putting our trust on the Lord, but it is also important to flee away from temptations. In the first letter to Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 3 has stated clearly, "For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that we shall sanctify and abstain from sexual immorality." The Bible teaches us to abstain from temptation. On the other hand, we shall build up a good habit, especially our mind. We shall draw near the Lord every day, keeping yourself in the love of God, which is the responsibility for every one of us, as well as our enjoyment every day. Of course, there is another good habit, is to be with brothers and sisters. In the second letter of Timothy, chapter 2 has mentioned, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. Then we can be abstained from the passion of lust. Then we can be in an invincible position. We are the conquerors, for we put our trust in the Lord, and brothers and sisters become our protection. Surely we can overcome the temptations and the devil. Brothers and sisters, we shall rely on the Lord and be faithful. We shall also need the help from brothers and sisters, and we shall treasure brothers and sisters who loved God, for we can learn from them how they love God. It is so treasurable to draw near God with them, to experience and enjoy Him. Lord, may you teach us how to keep our mind and help us to abstain from temptation. May you remind us to be alert in a dangerous situation, for the enemy will attack us. Help us to have the awareness spiritually, so that we are alert from the enemy and to those temptations and dangerous situations. O Lord, help us to build a good spiritual habit, to be close with you and draw near you every day. Help us to pursue you with brothers and sisters, so that we grow in a good environment spiritually. Lord, how precious you have transformed us. We can overcome through you. We are the conquerors. Lord, may you bless us. Brothers and sisters, I hope you still have time to draw near God, or you can continue to read the verses in the book of Genesis, chapter 34. May the Lord bless you.